We are talking about this beauty right here. This is from the house of Jo Malone. Okay, let me straighten up its bow tie. Okay, there we go. Look at that. There we go. We are talking about Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit, you all, the limited edition fragrance that comes out for the holiday season. Smells like Christmas in a bottle. That's what they say, but is that what it gives? And we're going to talk about it today right now in this here review. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This time we're here. Yes, we're doing a dedicated review on this fragrance right here, Ginger Biscuit, because this is the scent that last year it got a lot of buzz, as well as this year too, because it is limited edition. It is a seasonal release. Of course, when there's a scarcity situation, a limited edition situation put in with fragrances, there's going to be more hype around it. But is the hype necessarily justified? So let's get into it. Lipstick of the day today, everyone. I am rocking out with Maquillage. I'm so happy this is back. It is a nice nude color with a tinge of pink on it. It is my favorite nude, easy reach. As always, everything on my face will be in the description box below, so you do not have to ask questions about it. Next up, we have fragrance of the day. This is a new release that will get its own dedicated review at another date, but this is the new YSL Black Opium Glitter fragrance. I did pick this up around the Christmas holiday season, so yes, I'm planning to get it, and I will be talking about it in its own video. This is supposed to be Black Opium with marshmallows, so that's fun. And now let's get into the belle of the ball, and that is Ginger Biscuit. So a little bit of backstory about this fragrance. So this is one of those scents where it's not really new, it just came back around. So after doing research, I found out this fragrance came out in 2013. So that's when it originally came out, and apparently it used to be around more frequently. It was well loved back in the day, but then something happened. Jo Malone got rid of it and it went away for a few years. So then fast forward to 2023, it came back out for the holiday season as a limited edition release for Christmas, and people were like really excited about the fragrance, which I'm like, okay, naturally makes sense. I also was intrigued by it because of the notes plus ginger, a ginger biscuit. I'm like, okay, that's not a scent note or a type of fragrance we get every day. So I also was intrigued with this fragrance. I remember I was able to get my nose on the 2023 batch because I went to Houston for a wedding for one of my line sisters, and I was able to go into the Galleria. You know, the Galleria got everything, and I could smell it at the Jo Malone counter. I want to say it was in Neiman's, and I smelled it at the time, you all, and I was not feeling it. I was not feeling the 2023 batch. It did nothing for me. Ended up picking up something else on that trip, and yeah, the rest is history on that. Now fast forward to 2024, and they re-released it again around October for the holiday season. They said again, it's only going to be a Christmas release. It's only going to be around for a limited time. So I'm like, okay, let me see, will I like this fragrance again? Sometimes you might not like a fragrance. Sometimes a different year's batch of a scent can be better. That is a thing. But, you know, I was like, okay, maybe I might be feeling it. Maybe my nose has changed. We will see what happens, right? Smelled this fragrance in Sephora, and I was like, I love this. I love this year's batch. Or maybe my nose has changed on it, what have you. All I know is I wanted it, and I went ahead and picked my bottle up. It was late October when I got this because I remember it was my mother's birthday around that time. We were out doing some shopping and things. So naturally, I had to get something for me too. But yes, I picked up Ginger Biscuit then, and I'm glad I picked it up in October because had I not picked it up then, I wouldn't have it because even then the stock was low on this fragrance. So that is the backstory on this scent. Oh, by the way, let's talk about how we do dedicated reviews here for the new L's. New L's, when it comes to dedicated fragrance reviews, I rank fragrances by 5 categories. The first category is mood, and that's simply when do I see myself wearing this fragrance, what time of year, what type of event, what is the vibe for the scent, you know, that type of thing. Second category is strength, and that's on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being this ain't nothing but water in a pretty bottle, to 10 being nuclear powerhouse juice that I'm probably gonna have to scrub in order to get it out. Third category is longevity. That is how many hours long lasting is a scent, and we do care about that. The next category we have is this a compliment getting fragrance? That is a yes or no answer. It's kind of a fun category because, hey, it's nice to get a compliment, you know. Then the fifth category is, does this fragrance smell like anything else? What does it compare to? We call it the comparison category. So now you know how we do things, and now let's get into more of the specs of Ginger Biscuit. Ginger Biscuit's notes, you all. So for me, the notes are what intrigued me in the first place. I'm pretty sure that happened for you too. So with Ginger Biscuit, you all, we have top notes of ginger and cinnamon, and then we also have nutmeg. In the middle, you all, we have caramel and hazelnut, and then in the base, we have vanilla and tonka bean. All of that smells yummy. When I first read these notes and I heard about it, I said, I like every last one of these type of notes. So I'm like, this is my type of fragrance. I'm intrigued. So also to let's get into sizes and prices of this. With this being a limited edition fragrance, it only comes in one size, and that is the 100 ml size. That is what I have right in front of you. It has the iconic little bow tie on it. which is super cute. Also, the price for the 100 ml is $168. This is one of the fragrances that, because of how widely available it was, I know I saw it at Macy's. Like I said, I got my bottle at Sephora. I saw it at Nordstrom, I want to say, because yes, Nordstrom does carry Jo Malone. So maybe if you had like a coupon, one of those 15% off of things, or maybe like a $10 off, you could apply that and get it for a discount. But I will stress again, this is one of those fragrances, because of how limited it was, you kind of couldn't wait, because if you were waiting on the sale, it probably was sold out. So this is one I personally went ahead, just paid the full price for, because I wanted it. And I didn't want to miss out on it again. So there is that. So now let me tell you what I actually get from this scent, you know, because of course we read the notes and things. But I'm gonna tell you what I get. I have had this scent again for a few months, and you know, I have my thoughts on it and things. That's what we're talking about now. But let me tell you what I actually get from the fragrance. 100% ginger. Yes, ginger. Yes, ginger. This is a ginger fragrance, is what it is. I get the nutmeg in this too. And I also get the tonka bean in here. I get these spices from, say, like the cinnamon and things. Like, it's almost giving like cooking spices too. This is good. There's a subtle hint of sweetness in here. I'm guessing that's from the caramel or maybe the vanilla in here. But all in all, what I read is essentially what I got in a bottle. So I'm pleased with that. One thing about Jo Malone fragrances that I have come to know and realize is that their fragrances are extremely literal. So whatever their note breakdown is, that is exactly what it's going to smell like. So there is no guessing game. There is no mystery note or anything like that. They are very literal. And I actually appreciate that, because nobody really wants to play a guessing game, especially with something that's limited, that you might even have to necessarily blind buy in order to get your hands on it. You know, it's just one of those things. So I need it to smell like what it's supposed to smell like. Kudos to Jo Malone for that. And now let's get into the rating system for the fragrance. The mood category. Let's start here. The mood of this scent, winter, and specifically Christmas. This is a Christmas and winter fragrance. So I do think Jo Malone branded this fragrance correctly. It does smell like the holiday season. It smells like a gingerbread house to me. I used to make gingerbread houses with my family growing up for Christmas time and things. So that's what this smells like to me. 90s in a bottle, 90s Christmas, and I'm so here for that. This is one of those memory jogging scents. Like, as soon as I smelled it in store, it made me happy. It made me think of those good times. So for me, this is one of those type of happy fragrances. It's just mentally pleasing. I'm here for that. Now let's talk about the strength of this fragrance. The strength of this fragrance on a scale of 1 to 10 for me is a 6, meaning it's slightly above average. It's doing just enough. Is this a beast mode scent? No, it is not. But can you smell it? Again, it's because of the spices in here. It's why it has some oomph. It's definitely zing to the nose for sure. You're going to smell it, but it's not super loud. So that is why, again, I give it a 6. Next category is longevity. That is how many hours long lasting is this fragrance. And for me, you all, I'm pleased to say with Ginger Biscuit, it exceeds what we normally expect from Jo Malone. I gotta give them that, you all. I get about 6 to 7 hours out of this fragrance. This is one of those fragrances that I'm thinking, oh, about the 4-hour mark, I'm not gonna smell it, because again, we know the reputation of Jo Malone. However, I can still continue to smell this scent, and I've worn this fragrance like out and about, out to restaurants, around friends, family, and things. And at that 6-hour mark, 7-hour mark, I was like, okay, now it's starting to fade out. Okay. So this one definitely lasts longer than the traditional Jo Malone, since their regular cologne line for sure. Now the Cologne Intense line, they do last a little bit longer, and I have talked about those in other videos, but I am pleased to say that Ginger Biscuit has better longevity, you all. I'm happy about that. Next category, is this a compliment getting fragrance? And I have to say, yes, it is. Everybody just say you smell cozy and warm. Like, that's been like the running thing I've gotten. It's like you smell like a warm hug, which, to be fair, is supposed to smell like Christmas and happy times and warm spices, baking goodness. So it kind of makes sense that that would be the feedback that I would get about this scent. So I'm like, okay with that. So yes, this does get compliments. Next category, does this fragrance compare to any other fragrances in my collection and or that I have sampled and smelled while out and about? And I'm pleased to say, you all, that Ginger Biscuit is truly unique. It does not smell like any other fragrances. I have other fragrances with ginger in them. I've smelled other fragrances that are ginger based, but they do not smell like this scent. This is a true baking ginger type of fragrance, and I love it for that reason. This is a love for me, not a like. This is a love, and most importantly, it is unique, so it wasn't redundant. I didn't feel like, oh, I'm just buying into the hype when I got like 3 other scents that smell like it. It doesn't smell like anything else, so it does deserve a spot in my collection. And you all know I have a lot of fragrances, so that's saying something. So in conclusion, the only real thing I have to say about this scent that will necessarily be a bad thing is that I wish the limited edition season of this scent was a little bit longer. I know they intend for Ginger Biscuit to be a Christmas fragrance, but I wish they would extend it through the winter season because it smells like a cozy baking type of scent. And winter season is just that. You're inside, you're drinking hot cocoa, you're baking more, you're trying to stay warm more. It just smells like that to me. So instead of it just being available, say October to December, I think it should go from October to February in my opinion. So I think it's one of those things that we need more of it, because I've gotten DMs and things from people saying, man, where did you find it? I really wish I could find it. I'm trying to look for it in my area and I can't find it. And I'm like, I know, and it's because Jo Malone has made this seriously a limited edition thing, and I wish they would expand it more. It doesn't necessarily have to be permanent year round. I get that. I understand you want to keep some exclusivity, but just make it more of a winter fragrance and not just limited to the Christmas holiday season. So that's my only like real complaint, shall we say. It's one of those things that just make it more accessible. Like, the people want Ginger Biscuit. I am people. This is excellent. I think this is wonderful. And this is one of those fragrances that I could see myself continuing to use and possibly even picking it up again because of the fact it smells like childhood Christmas to me. So this is a love for me for that reason. So all right, everyone, that wraps up this dedicated review on Jo Malone's Ginger Biscuit. Let me know what you think about this fragrance. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Did you have the original batch that came out in 2013, the OG version, or did you pick up the 2023 or even the 2024 version? Let me know. How do you feel about it? And yeah, let's have a little conversation in the comments. Y'all know I read them and I will respond when I can. But until next time else, I will catch y'all in the next video. Bye, y'all.